Hey, what's going on? So, today I'm going to show you how I went about making this remix for the Bloody Beetroots. I'm not going to get into the incredibly technical part of it, so if you came here thinking I'm going to show you how to make a remix from start to finish, it's not what I'm doing here, sorry. I'm pretty much going to go through how I create remixes, but I'm kind of going to do it at a pace in which if you already have like a more than basic understanding of how to produce on Ableton or produce at all, or if you're just a musician in general who already has, a couple of years experience or months, whatever. If you're comfortable with whatever programs or whatever tools you use to record your music with, then it'll probably be easier for you to pick up on what I'm saying. So again, if you're brand new to remixing, if you're brand new to if you've never opened Ableton, this is just not a tutorial video. I'm just showing you how I make remixes. How I made this particular remix because every remix I kind of approach differently. So with that being said, let's begin. So first we're going to start with this here melody that is used throughout all the synthy sounds. It's pretty much the main melody of the entire song. It's just with different sounds and synths. So pretty much what I did was I recreated it. So I'll be bringing this in later into the remix, but first, let's go through all the sounds. So we have a bit of a plucking sound here. It's like a plucking guitar or something like that. But I used the high-pitched pluck, so you hear ding 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 ding. That's the high-pitched pluck that I like to use in the remix. Here we have a little bit of percussion. And added a kick and a snare to that, and it'll feel a bit more complete. Let's see, next we have this tambourine. Just adding a little bit of a minimal sound, making it minimal but with all these little sounds, and it feels like a full song. And then we use this vocal loop for both the remix and the build-up. And here you hear it chopped and screwed. Now let's put this all together. First, get a bit of a marching kick in there. Keep your feet on beat. And then here's that percussion from earlier with the snare added. And then here is that high-pitched plucking guitar sound. And I made a little bass line for this. Kind of a tech house bass line, I guess you could call that. Right here is the chopped and screwed vocals. And then another vocal loop, vocal chop. Bring in the tambourines. And that's pretty much how I made this tech house remix. But still, there's a little bit more to that, so what I'm going to do now is take you to the build-up. Here's a build-up sound that is actually from the song itself, and what I do is I kind of just slightly manipulate it, but let's hear what it sounds like now. And then here's that looping vocal stem. And I use the edges to kind of filter it out. I usually use auto filter and loop, but I used the edges for all the build-ups on this one. So as you can see here, it sounds a lot different than the original stem, but it's just, I'm manipulating the edges of the track, of the stem. And then lastly, I add that keyboard synth, the keyboard melody. And I just filter it in with the edges again. That's pretty much the body of this remix. So there you have it. So that's how I made this particular remix. But now let's move on to the music video, which I don't normally make music videos for remixes because that's just stupid to me. However, with this particular remix, I I couldn't help myself because I just had the time, really. I had the spare time to kind of fuck around and make a music video. It's technically a remix, a music video remix. And I hope that doesn't become a thing because I just don't think video remixes are a genius idea. But again, I just had the spare time, so that's why I made this remix video. Also, this music video remix was more for pleasure than it was for any kind of purpose. I actually started working on this music video remix when I was in New York, back at my homie Snatch's place. So what I did was I masked out, I made clipping masks of Sir Bob Cornelius, and I pretty much just made this repetitive motion. A lot of this remix is it's pretty much like what a VJ would do, but I did it in Premiere. Then I threw myself into the mix, so I set up a green screen, which made it way more easier than having to mask myself out. Of course, you got to make sure that your green screen is nice and flat because the light will pick up the little shadows and it makes it harder to mask yourself out. You also have to make sure that you light this screen up very evenly, distribute the light so that you can actually remove yourself from the green. That's what green screens are for, so that you can remove subjects without the hassle of masking things out, which took fucking forever masking out Bob out of all those music videos. So green screens really are magical. So it looks like I'm nice and lit. And then here we get to, oh yes, the L'Oreal portion of this music video. It's kind of just a signature thing I do with my hair. And pretty much once I was done with that, then it's just, plugging in and then masking myself out. I use Adobe Premiere and After Effects to edit music videos or videos in general. You can use whatever program you want, whatever helps you get the job done, but I prefer the Adobe Premiere and After Effects because you can integrate them together. And so here I pretty much just created the same kind of repetition rhythm, but with myself. So that's how I went about making the music video remix part of this project, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I guess hit me with some comments below. Let me know what you think about the song, the music video. I'll also link the music video below so you can actually watch the music video if you haven't already. And thanks for coming by, checking out how I go about making remixes and making bullshit remix videos. I'll have some new music stuff that is not really remix related, but still pertains to other artists that inspire me soon enough. Okay, I'm gonna go this time for real.